I gave them the grip, I love them.
Hi and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce and you're watching 2K Sports. It's a Saturday presentation of the NBA. It'll be Ricky Rubio and the Minnesota Timberwolves facing off against Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers. And things are just about ready to get going. Let's head out now to Kevin, Clark, and Steve, who will be making the call out in Los Angeles.
We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And here we go with a look at the State Farm starting lineups. And guys, check out Ricky Rubio. What can we expect here?
Well, because of his passing ability, Kevin, I mean, if you're going to play with him, your only job is to get open on the floor because he will get you the ball, and he'll give it to you in rhythm so that you can get a good shot off.
And I just really admire his demeanor and consistency offensively. I mean, he's got tremendous composure and decision-making ability. He makes his teammates better.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Paul against Rubio. Griffin a screen on Rubio. Phillips kicks to Paul. The basket good off the assist from Phillips. Paul's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Clippers.
What a roller coaster ride it was for Chris Paul last season. Traded originally from New Orleans to the Lakers. That deal was rescinded. Then he was moved to the Clippers, where, of course, he teamed with Blake Griffin to form one of the highlight reel duos in the NBA.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Left side, Griffin. Paul goes in. The shot is off. Good D by Love. And going back to the Chris Paul trade saga, you know, it's so unusual to have one trade veto. Then end up in the same town and in the same arena, but on a different team. That was a weird story.
Yeah, and I think it's fed into the rivalry between the Lakers and Clippers, quite honestly, Kevin. I mean, you're right. It was very unique and weird and strange and funky, but I think it's fueled what looks to be a rivalry that'll last for a while in L.A.
Right now, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Rick Adelman. Doris?
I asked him how he was going to slow down Blake Griffin in this one, and he told me, any way we can. He went on to add that he didn't really have any one answer for Blake because he is such a dynamic player, adding, you see the dunks in the highlight reels, but he can hurt you in a lot of other ways as well. Really, we just have to throw everything we can his way. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Paul goes in, leads him in there, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Paul against Ridnour. Rubio outside. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And that's good by Pekovic.
And did you see the pick there? Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. The drive by Paul. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Rubio outside. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. Back to Pekovic. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
Clippers trail by 4. Phillips with the ball. Paul passes to Phillips. Over Ridnour. The baseline jumper goes down. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Rubio gets a screen from Pekovic. Love with the screen on Paul. Rubio against Paul. And he drops it in from the low post. 6 points here for Ricky Rubio. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Paul kicks to Griffin. And yes, sir, that one drops.
No, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Paul against Rubio. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Boy, what a tough blow last year for Ricky Rubio. Had that tremendous start to his rookie campaign and then tore his ACL in early March. A cruel blow for him and for a Timberwolves team that was looking to make a playoff push.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Steamsma checked in for Pekovic. Derek Williams comes in for Kevin Love. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Andre Karolinka. And Barea subbed in for Luke Ridnour. And Minnesota has possession. The Clippers getting the bucket. Rubio dishes to Williams. Goes right up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Rubio looking to return from that ACL surgery. It can often take you, up to 2 years to really get back to 100%.
I don't think there's any question, Kevin. It is a 2-year injury. You come back in 6, 8, 10 months and you're back on the court. But it's, again, that second season of rehab plus working on your game, that second off season, I should say, where you begin to make up that last little bit of ground and get back closer to 100%.
There's Crawford with the 3. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Shved. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Kicks it to Steamsma. Up with it. And he makes good on the layup. Steamsma's got his first points in this one. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Crawford outside. Ring shot on the way. And he connects with the jumper. 8 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Shved. He framed the shot right at the buzzer.
Cold-blooded. I mean, that's a big-time clutch bucket.
That is a prime-time play, guys. He got himself squared up and knocked down the shot, no problem.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Timberwolves ahead, up 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
So with Billups on the bench, Rose is on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. Matt Barnes is out there with Odom. And it's Crawford, and it's Chris Paul, and it's Griffin in at the center filling out the middle. The shot by Odom, no good.
When the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it and move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot it, no matter what else was going on.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Yes, gentlemen, Kevin Love was 4th in the league in scoring last season with 26 points per game. He showed he could step outside and also score with his back to the basket, saying, quote, I think it was a lot of figuring myself out, putting in a lot of work, and now I just have a whole repertoire of moves down there. A lot of fakes and counters and step backs and step throughs and up and unders, the baby hook still. As my game continues to expand, confidence definitely breeds success, not only in the post, but throughout my entire game. Guys, he's become a handful.
Yeah, he can do it all. Thanks, Doris.
His confidence really at an all-time high. Well, Chris Paul now with the Clippers, that franchise is renowned for its failure over the years to produce anything resembling a good basketball team. If there's one guy who could change the culture there, though, it's Chris Paul.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Kevin, that's just him doing his thing. That's who he is, launching himself at the basket. He thrust himself at the basket. He's an angry driver and attacker of the rim.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Turioff comes in for Lamar Odom. Caron Butler's checked in for Matt Barnes. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. Here's Shved. And that one's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 8. And Chris Paul has the type of game where if you really love hoops, you have to be a fan of his.
Yeah, no question. He's not a big guy, but boy, he does everything on the court you'd like to see a point guard do. He's quick, he's smart defensively, always amongst the league leaders in steals, if not leading the league in steals, and can take over a game either end of the floor.
For the Clippers, Barnes comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And a change for the Timberwolves. Chase Budinger, who's checked in for Greg Steamsma. Now, here's Rubio. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Crawford kicks to Butler. Back to Crawford. From downtown, Crawford missing again. Timberwolves leading by 10. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Shved. He's guarded by Billups. And stolen by Billups. On, here we go. Crawford.
Oh, ridiculous move. Tore it down that time.
Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep. No, nothing fancy, but he finished with force.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action. So, for the Clippers, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Turioff. Odom comes in for Caron Butler. And it's Paul in for Chauncey Billups. Ridnour up top, guarded by Crawford. Here's Kirilenko. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Here's Crawford, following the score by Andrei Kirilenko. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ridnour. Crawford missing again.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
Ridnour against Crawford. Now, here's Ridnour, looking for his first bucket of the game. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Crawford. Crawford missing again. Timberwolves leading by 12. Correa, the pass to Ridnour. Love with the screen on Paul. Ridnour dishes to Love. Odom on him. 6 to shoot. Launches a 3, and that is good. Love's got 5 points in the quarter.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Paul gets a screen from Odom. Paul with the bucket.
What a finish with that hoop.
And so we conclude the first half. Timberwolves lead by 13. Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now let's dive right into the halftime report on 2K Sports. The Minnesota Timberwolves have the lead against the Clippers. And if you like scoring, you love their first half of basketball. They're putting up points, doing it rapidly, in a variety of ways. It's hard to slow them down. Well, Ricky Rubio is making it look easy against the Clippers. He's got 8 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. For the Clippers, a much different story. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. A trying first half for Jamal Crawford. His shot has been AWOL lately, still on the run in this one. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
And as we resume, a beautiful nighttime view of Los Angeles, and in blue there, our venue, the Staples Center. Ricky Rubio has been sensational.
Normally, he's not the guy at the top of the list who you'd think of when it comes to scoring, but he's had a great game here.
Yeah, you know what? He's kind of like found money, you know, when you sometimes stumble upon a few bucks in your pocket, you don't know where it came from, but you're glad to have it.
Checking out the group for Rick Edelman to start this second half. In the backcourt, Ricky Rubio and Luke Ridnour. Kevin Love and Pekovic are inside, and it's Kirilenko in at the small forward. Here's Rubio, following the basket by Chauncey Billups. Rubio outside. Love with the screen for Rubio. Lock at 6. Dishes it to Love. The jump hook. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. 7 points for Love.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, the Timberwolves seem to be turning a corner in respectability, and even the real powerhouse teams in the league are taking notice. Reigning MVP and NBA champion LeBron James said, they're a good team. If they continue on the path that they're on now, they can become a playoff team because they have veterans and they have young guys. When you have that type of mix and that chemistry with Coach Adelman and their system, they can do it. If not right now, then very soon. Gentlemen, we'll see.
Doris, a lot of promise on this team. We'll see how they develop.
Well, you can't even imagine some of the dunks that Blake Griffin has put on the highlight reel the last couple of years. Just an amazing player to watch. Incredible leaping ability to go with his size and strength.
And we talk about Griffin as a finisher. The highlights are nice, but what really pays off for the Clippers is when Clark, he gets the ball near the rim, it's almost an automatic bucket.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You're all over it. He's right at the top of the league as far as scoring at the rim goes, and he finishes at a high rate.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
Rubio gets a screen from Pekovic. Paul against Rubio. Pekovic with a screen on Paul. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Kirilenko. This one for 3. Rebound, Billups. Clippers trail by 12. Butler goes in. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Caron Butler has reinvented himself here in the latter stages of his NBA career, Kevin. He used to be a slasher, a guy who would get to the rim. Now he's more of a spot-up shooter, but he's still a player who makes a major impact on the game.
Yeah, he does a good job moving without the ball and causing problems for bigs that are trying to guard him. The thing with Caron is that even though he isn't as tall as some of the post players he faces, he's just as strong and uses his quickness to an advantage.
Here's Shved. Now the dish to Barea. Passes it to Shved. Jacks up a 3. Another miss by Minnesota. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Back to Butler. And the lead is down inside single digits. Butler's got 6 points.
They got the ball into the ideal position, and he didn't flub the finish that time, guys.
They set the pick. Shved, the pass to Steamsma. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Steamsma's got his second basket. Clippers trail by 10. Paul outside. Another one falls for the Clippers.
No question, they're trying to pound the ball inside. That's 5 straight hoops inside.
And if the D won't stop it, keep at it. I mean, those are the kind of looks you want all day long.
Here's Shved. Williams, a screen on Crawford. Here's Shved, guarded by Crawford. Shved, the pass to Williams. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota.
Yeah, saw just a little bit of daylight, went right to the rim.
Bledsoe kicks to Griffin. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Griffin's got 6.
Seems to me as though they've kicked it into another gear here. I love the way they're moving the ball around now. Everybody's touching it, and everybody's ready to pass and catch and shoot.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 10. And that one's good. Rubio's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. It gets you a good look at the hoop.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Bledsoe, covered by Rubio. Billups kicks to Barnes. Back to Billups. Gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
And stolen by Barnes. Fast break, here they come. Griffin.
Oh, get it! Watch out now!
Rock that rim. Gotta love that enthusiasm, folks.
Not only Clark did he rock the rim, he decided to hang around a bit for that one too. I love it.
What a finish. That was just gorgeous.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Timberwolves ahead, up by 9. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Timberwolves with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. They have a firm grip on this game and have been the team calling all the shots through the first 3 quarters. Only question is, how big can the lead grow to?
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. You know, they really hit on something that, in the blink of an eye, had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you got to share the credit for that kind of run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
So with Billups on the bench, here's who's on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. Griffin at the 4 and Jordan at the 5. Crawford out there with Chris Paul. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. Caron Butler has checked in for Matt Barnes. Pekovic checks in for Minnesota. Here's Rubio. Love with the screen for Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Rubio gets a screen from Pekovic. Rubio dishes to Pekovic. Can't connect from short range.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
And this continues to be a shootout.
Well, I'm a fan as well as a commentator, and I love this fast-paced action. I mean, it's going back and forth, back and forth.
Pekovic with a screen on Paul. Rubio the pass to Pekovic. Ridnour kicks to Kirilenko. Rubio outside. Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Paul kicks to Crawford. Can't hit, so Minnesota will take it the other way. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Rubio outside. Count the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Only got a half step on his man, but that's all he needed when he ran off the pick. And as a result, able to finish the layup. That's nicely done.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
One of the things you love about Ricky Rubio is he's one of those league pass stars. I mean, anytime I was turning the channel last year, if I came across Minnesota, I stayed on that channel just to watch Rubio and watch him distribute the ball. Just a fantastic play.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Vinny Del Negro had to say to his team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Rubio gets a screen from Karolinko. It's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Here's Butler.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. And the shot is good. And as we continue our conversation about Ricky Rubio, it seemed like his game is even better suited to the NBA than it was to Europe with the athletic finishers and up-tempo style of play. It really highlights his great passing.
And, you know, players are energized by a guy who's going to find them, Kevin. They love that. When you know that running hard to the rim is going to get you rewarded and perhaps a highlight look, you'll take that all day long and run even harder.
So it's Minnesota now. 6-point lead. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Love with the screen on Paul. Shot clock at 6. Rubio dishes to Love. Fires it up. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Pekovic checks in for Chase Budinger. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Paul. And it's blocked by Karolinko. And Griffin with the layup. 1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Rubio. Rubio gets a screen from Pekovic. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. 6 to shoot. Billups against Ridnour. Drains the three-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
Offensive rebound. Outside Griffin. Over Love. They get it back. And Blake Griffin again. Griffin's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Love with the screen for Rubio. Pekovic with the screen on Paul. Here's Rubio. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it easy on them down the stretch.
It certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, they're still aggressively attacking the basket and putting up points.
He kicks to Paul. Back to Billups. Cannot hit. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Now Rubio. Rubio gets a screen from Pekovic. Takes the three. Kicks it out to Rubio. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ricky Rubio.